Tyler Henry rose to fame as a young Hollywood medium, known for delivering messages from the beyond and comforting those in grief. But behind the bright lights and public acclaim, his life has been shaped by profound challenges, emotional struggles, and physical hardships that few know about. From a very young age, Tyler's gift of psychic insight thrust him into experiences most people can't imagine, forcing him to navigate loss, fear, and misunderstanding long before he had a chance to understand himself. The story of Tyler Henry is not only about a rare talent, but also about the human cost of living between two worlds, one visible and one unseen. It's a journey of resilience, isolation, and self-discovery, showing how extraordinary abilities can bring both hope and heartbreak in equal measure. Early psychic awakening. Tyler's connection to the spiritual world began around the age of 10, when he first predicted the death of his grandmother. At the time, he didn't recognize it as a psychic gift, just a strange, unexplainable event. Learning of her passing through his father, rather than from his own sense, created a sense of chaos and emotional confusion. This early experience introduced him to the raw reality of mortality and grief, establishing a bond between his talent and the weight of human loss. Tyler's childhood became a balancing act, navigating the mysteries of his gift while trying to live like other children. This awakening planted seeds of isolation and bewilderment, as he carried experiences that peers could not relate to. The early psychic moments, rather than offering clarity, opened the door to an emotional burden that would shape his personal growth and future challenges. Struggle with isolation. Growing up in California's San Joaquin Valley, Tyler faced the social difficulties of being different. His emerging abilities often set him apart from peers, leading to suspicion, fear, and exclusion. While some community members were curious or supportive, the majority responded with skepticism or judgment. Religious perspectives within his community further complicated matters, with some viewing his abilities as a divine gift and others as something negative. School years were particularly challenging, marked by a feeling of alienation. High school brought no reprieve, and Tyler often felt disconnected from those around him. The tension between acceptance and rejection forced him to confront his identity early. Isolation shaped his perspective on connection and empathy, creating a foundation for the resilience that would later allow him to thrive in the public eye while maintaining the emotional sensitivity required for his mediumship. Early emotional conflict. Tyler's young life was a constant negotiation between wonder and responsibility. While other children focused on typical milestones, he was managing insights into life, death, and emotions far beyond his years. Early psychic experiences were not only confusing, but they brought an emotional intensity that could be overwhelming. Tyler often felt separate from his friends and family, as though he inhabited a different emotional plane. This internal struggle compounded feelings of loneliness, reinforcing the need for self-acceptance. The awareness of death and grief at such a young age also taught Tyler about the fragility of life, creating a sensitivity that would define both his personal and professional interactions. His ability to sense what others could not made him emotionally mature in ways that peers could not comprehend, but it also left him vulnerable to internal conflict and emotional fatigue that required careful navigation throughout adolescence. Health challenges and near-death experiences. Alongside emotional burdens, Tyler faced significant physical health challenges. Born 3 months premature, he began life under high-risk conditions. Over the years, he endured multiple surgeries and serious health crises, including brain operations and lung collapse. These experiences introduced a constant awareness of physical vulnerability, shaping his outlook on life and mortality. The intersection of health crises with his psychic awareness intensified both emotional and physical stress. Each medical challenge reminded him of the fragility of existence, reinforcing a deep empathy for those experiencing pain and grief. Despite these setbacks, Tyler's determination remained unwavering. He approached recovery with resilience, treating each obstacle as a reminder of the importance of his work and life purpose. These struggles added complexity to his story, highlighting how his gifts and hardships were inextricably linked. Navigating fame and skepticism. Tyler's rise to prominence brought public fascination, scrutiny, and doubt. As the youngest medium to achieve mainstream recognition, he faced criticism over whether his abilities were genuine or performance-based. Critics questioned whether his readings exploited grief or relied on careful observation, often igniting debates about the authenticity of his work. Tyler approached skepticism with calm acceptance, acknowledging that disbelief is part of human nature and a natural counterbalance to faith. Rather than letting criticism erode his confidence, he used it as motivation to stay grounded. This balance between public scrutiny and personal integrity reinforced his credibility and allowed him to navigate fame without losing sight of the emotional responsibility his gift entails. Tyler's ability to remain authentic in the face of doubt underscores the emotional labor inherent in his profession. Personal loss and grief. Despite his ability to communicate with the departed, Tyler has not been shielded from grief. One of the most profound losses was that of his close friend and first love, Terry, who died of brain cancer. Knowing his fate beforehand created unbearable emotional strain, leading Tyler to distance himself in an effort to cope, a decision that has haunted him. His gift magnifies loss rather than diminishes it, intertwining empathy with exhaustion. This heightened sensitivity extends to his personal identity as well, as he navigated the challenges of coming out as gay repeatedly, even within family settings. Tyler's life demonstrates the paradox of being gifted. His ability to guide others through grief intensifies his own emotional burden, revealing the human side of mediumship rarely seen by the public. Coping mechanisms and emotional resilience. To manage the demands of his unique role, Tyler developed strategies to compartmentalize and protect his emotional well-being. He consciously separates his own feelings from the grief he encounters during readings, creating mental boundaries that allow him to work without being overwhelmed. However, he cannot completely shut off his connection to the spiritual world, so he constantly balances openness with self-preservation. This discipline has been essential in maintaining his mental and emotional health while continuing to offer guidance and comfort to others. Tyler also draws strength from transparency, sharing personal hardships to foster understanding and empathy. His resilience demonstrates that even extraordinary gifts require careful management and self-care, emphasizing the importance of human vulnerability in the face of relentless emotional responsibility. Family revelations and personal truth. Tyler's journey has been marked by personal revelations, particularly surrounding family history. A DNA test on his Netflix series uncovered that the woman who raised his mother was not her biological parent and had a criminal past. Tyler's gift did not alert him to this truth in advance, highlighting the limits of psychic insight and the ongoing mystery of life. These experiences underscored the complexity of navigating personal identity and relationships while living under public scrutiny. Despite painful discoveries, Tyler approaches these truths with acceptance and empathy, using them as lessons to better understand himself and others. His openness about family trauma and emotional challenges challenges assumptions about mediums, revealing the depth and humanity behind a public persona, often misunderstood as infallible. The balance of two worlds. Ultimately, Tyler Henry's story is defined by the tension between the spiritual and physical realms. He inhabits a unique space where empathy, insight, and emotional responsibility intersect with personal vulnerability and public visibility. The burdens of his gift, loss, health challenges, skepticism, and personal grief have shaped his resilience and deepened his understanding of life's fragility. Despite these challenges, he continues to guide others while navigating his own journey of self-acceptance and emotional balance. Tyler's narrative reminds us that extraordinary abilities do not exempt someone from human struggle, but rather intensify the responsibility of living with empathy, courage, and integrity. His story is a testament to perseverance, the complexities of human emotion, and the unseen costs of living with a gift that is both a blessing and a challenge.